Welcome to Joint Effort PAs, where two orthopedic surgery PAs get real about life in medicine. From tips and tricks to professional growth, work-life balance, and everything in between. We're here to share what we've learned and what we're still figuring out. Let's get into it. Am I where I should be? Am I even doing what I should be doing? These are questions we're asking ourselves.
These are questions. This is an introspective episode.
Yeah. Are you built for what you're doing? Are you built for orthopedics specifically?
Yeah. Or what am I built for? If you don't know, I think we're going to talk about it this
kind of
week.
like what sport you're built for, right? Like you look at somebody and you can tell like they're a swimmer because of their broad shoulders, or like, ooh, you look like you run ultra marathons because there's not much
single ounce of
there.
fat on you. Yeah. So this topic this week, we're going to talk about how do you know what specialty you're actually built for? And again, to be clear, that is sometimes different from what you want to do.
I know. Well, it's the same thing as with sports, right? Like maybe I wanted to be on the basketball team, but I was 5 foot and they were like,
Well, it's not that, you can't. It's just that maybe your talents will be used better elsewhere.
Yeah. It's not what you were
built for.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a story of how you got into ortho?
Of how I got into ortho? I guess like the athletic training segue with it. Honestly, like I didn't have a lot of interest in high school. I was didn't like have a place, and I wasn't really on any sports teams. So I joined the sports medicine club.
Okay.
And
to be part of a team.
Like that was my team. And I just like went fucking crazy with it. Like I started to go insane and became like the president of the honor society and doing all this shit for it. And
perfect.
Yeah. And so became obsessed with it. And then when I went to college, I was like, that's not really like I want to, I wanted to be a marine biology major and I wanted to train killer whales.
Like who doesn't? Let's
I know. Like I thought it would be great. Like you could swim with dolphins and stuff and I would like pet them and be on the beach every day. And that's not really the case. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go back to the only thing I know, the only thing I've ever done, which is sports medicine. And then I did that. Plus, like I was introduced to our practice from a young age. I was picked from the tree early.
You were picked from the tree early. But I also think when you are around this, like you rotated here in high school, right? That was your like internship class.
Yeah.
And then ATC program here and then hired as medical assistant. Like I think if you grow up here, there's also like some desire to come back.
Yeah, it was more like this was my team also,
like a homecoming.
Too. Yeah, it was my homecoming.
But it's not like you have the typical story of like you were a diehard athlete and then it had to be ortho for you because you had to fix people like they fixed you.
Yeah, I broke my elbow and some PA out there helped me get back to doing whatever, and I wanted to do that.
But that's and again, I say it like that because it's kind of typical. Like I've heard that story 100 times, right? And that makes sense. Like I get that your desire to help that population is there because there's some pull of it. There's some pull, and I get that. But I guess what we're talking about today is I've also had that exact person who said, I broke my elbow, it was super traumatic, and this PA helped me through it, and I want to be like them. And then I see them here in their hands, and I'm like, oh my God, no.
You're not like them.
You're not like them.
Yeah.
Like, I know you want to be, and your story and your essay says you should be.
Yeah.
But no, you know? So we're going to today try to give you guys some footprint so that you know when you look in the mirror what the mirror is saying back to you.
You have to look internally. You know, maybe you wish you were this certain person and you're not, but you would thrive.
Yeah, doing something
as
else.
The other version.
All right. Well, before we get into that, because I'm ready. How was your week?
My week was pretty good actually. It was another little short week. My doc was out for a little bit towards the end of the week, so we tried to just smush a bunch of our cases into the front end of the week, and it actually went pretty well. We did 2 distal biceps, we did a radial and ulnar shaft and scaphoid in the same case. Yeah, so that was fun.
I think I saw that X-ray.
Yeah.
Human, yeah. Okay.
And then we did our 10th thumb implant, our 10th BioPro. It was a huge deal. I almost had a breakdown because,
why?
Well, okay. Fortunately, we were scheduled for 10 and 11.
Okay.
We only made it to 10.
Yeah.
Thank
I see
God
where this
we
is
did.
going. I knew where this was going. Okay.
I got a cake made. I got these stickers made. You saw the stickers.
Oh my God.
If we had not done 10 and I had like set all that stuff up that morning, like I probably would have sat in the corner and cried for half of the day. I would have been inconsolable.
That would have been terrible.
But yeah, it was a terrible situation too. Like just the things that can happen in communication breakdowns and so like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. The patient had a pre-op visit with me, but none of like the labs were done before the pre-op visit, so they were not ordered, I guess, for whatever reason. And anyway, long story short, the day before the case, the nurse messages like, hey, the patient is on a GLP-1. So we typically they go through that stuff.
It depends where you're at as far as what the rules are, but
right, like if you take it for diabetes versus weight loss. This point, it wasn't even in this person's chart that they took it.
Of course,
so it was never added in. But anyway, besides the point, she's on the GLP-1. It's the day before. The nurse catches it and says it's okay though because I told her to do a clear liquid diet all day. So I'm like, okay, like I'm glad that we caught this. This is fine. It's handled. Like I wish we had handled it different on the front end, but it'll be fine. She said also they need a metabolic panel. I'm like, why was that never ordered at pre-op? Whatever. Like I'm going to put in the order. Somebody call her and have her go get it real quick today. So she does. This is all between me and the medical assistants. And then later that day, unbeknownst to I, a result comes back that her blood glucose is very low. And it was a like critical low value, i.e. makes sense because she didn't eat all day, which is fine. Like I'm going to die from that. But so somebody reaches out to the doc and is like, hey, what do I tell this person to do? And he's like, tell them to eat.
Not going to do that.
No. He did because he didn't know about the GLP-1 or the fasting situation or anything. So we actually, our team, but separate people collectively had told her to stop eating and then to eat. Yeah. And then she arrives and eats because you guys told me I should eat yesterday. Because
in fact, you didn't advise me. You instructed me
to eat. I was like, oh my God, like I'm about to lose my mind. So stuff like that happens. And I'm like, God, like sometimes I just don't know what more to do to make things go right. Like you feel like you're doing all the right things and yet still somehow, perhaps it's a sign. I don't know, but whatever. It's rescheduled. It'll be fine, I suppose.
So that would have been 11?
It would have been 11. Okay. However, we still did 10. So we still ate the cake.
Yeah, the cake was
and I still celebrated just as happily. And I revived the Instagram account. I don't know if you saw.
I did. I saw that. I was going to say something actually.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. It makes me feel like a little spark of creativity. Yeah. Is like reignited. It's like a fire you think's out. No. It's actually
you're like, wait,
burning.
That's a fun thing to do.
It's still burning. Oh, that's good.
How was yours?
It was good. This was the last week that the provider that's been working with me for about 5 years had. So it was, it was good. It was bad. It was the end. It's also the beginning. I don't know. There's a lot of feelings this week, but, clinic wise, we had a great week. We did another Misha. That was cool. Nice. We did, an instability repair, which we're doing a lot of new things with instability repairs. This one was kind of run of the mill, but it got me excited for like things to come. But the highlight was Friday. We did a revision ACL, PCL, primary MCL repair, revision ALL, all in the same patient.
It's a lot of things.
It is a lot of things. So the order of things was removal of hardware, and then reestablishing tunnels, which wasn't as hard as it could have been. The primary procedure was 10 years ago. Then drill for PCL, then drill for ACL, hold places with sutures for that, then pass everything, don't tighten everything, then open up, do the MCL, and then tighten that, then tighten everything, then go to the ALL. So it was
my gosh.
Yeah. And it was mentally, I mean, and again, I was the assist, I was not the primary surgeon. Mentally, it was like everything has to go right. I'm on the back table doing 2 grafts, got to keep them separate, the length, the sizes, and, make sure everything's okay. And it went relatively smoothly. I did go into the room beforehand and I was like, everybody listen up. The entire rest of this day relies on the success of this case. Yeah. It just does.
Do you want a good day? So, this has to go
That's what I said. I was like, everybody, this is it right now. Yeah. If you're like, hey, what's the case? This one's the case. Yeah. So it was good. It was successful. And I haven't done a revision before in that case, but because these are so infrequent when you do like a whole ACL, PCL, I then recall the last 2 that we did, which, were not that smooth. So I have lived worst case scenario and then we just lived best case scenario.
I love that.
Yeah.
Learn from the past.
Yeah.
Suppose,
no, but
right?
that was like 4 surgeries in one. That was really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so next week I've got a locums PA starting. That's uncharted territory. Hopefully, maybe we'll talk about that next week.
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably have a ton of
locums
content for next week. So,
locums roles, hospital roles.
Yeah. So little bittersweet week, but, also my kids went back to school. So it was like a monumental week in a lot of different ways.
It's a lot happening in your life right now. Even just today.
There is. But going back to what we want to talk about today, I interviewed a PA. Okay. And this is the backstory, because it's always a backstory. I interviewed a PA this week for a total joint position. The guy came in with a non-ortho history, non-healthcare history. It's a second career for him, history in kinesiology, and really in that world of like personal training, defined himself at such a high level and treated elite athletes. Went back to school. Ortho makes sense, but the things he was talking about and the side projects he wants to do, I'm like, bro, you're a sports med guy. You're a sports med guy, or you're a project manager.
You're like, that role's already been taken here.
No, I know. I'm like, and I'm not looking for someone on my team, which is weird because I just said I was, but it's already been filled. But like, he's brand new at that, but also was speaking from someone who's had life experience, because it's a second career for him. So he was actually like, asking higher level questions. But I looked at him and he asked me questions like, you work at a private practice, you guys see high volume. Like, what do you do to protect your PAs? Like, how do you get people to work here when they go to the hospital and see 15 patients a day, make the same paycheck and go home? And I'm like, bro, thank you for asking me that, but I'm going to turn it right back to you. If that's the life you're looking for,
why didn't you interview there?
Interview there.
Yeah.
Why are you still looking for a job?
Yeah.
So I had this realization of like, how did this guy end up here? And how did nobody tell him total joint world is not your world?
Yeah.
Like, he'd probably be okay, but what he's going to want to impart on patients and what will be done in his life to make himself happy and successful is not that.
Yeah, you have to know yourself. And I feel like that, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Like, I, first starting, wasn't really sure what my role in life would be. I.e. the urgent care was perfect, but I did know very quickly that hand, upper extremity that was it for me. Like, once I got a taste of it, I was like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
And remember, I had some opportunities for like the spine team, which like would have been arguably at the time, like it was a much more predictable opportunity.
Yeah.
It would have been
more lucrative,
financially more lucrative at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
But I just knew, I was like, I am not that person who is gonna not like, I want to do injections and I want to be doing evals on like multiple, and this is not me saying spine is not complex. I actually do think spine is very complex and I don't understand it most of the time. But like,
but anyway,
but it's like, you're doing the same couple of procedures over and over and over again.
Well,
you get very good at them.
But that's total joint.
It's total joints. It's the same thing. That's not me.
Yeah.
And you know that, and you move on, and you focus on what is.
Well, but then you can seek out opportunities that one, you'll be good at, and two, will be fulfilling for you.
Yeah.
We had another guy that we used to work with, and he really wanted to be an ortho. He had the history of like, I broke my elbow and this guy fixed it. And man, he got in here and there's nothing ortho about this guy.
Yeah.
His intentions were great.
Yeah.
But he needs to be a internal med hospitalist. And I'll tell you what, I got a call after, spoiler alert, he doesn't work here anymore. I got a call from someone who was like, hey, you put your name down as a reference. And I'm just wondering, this guy's gone from job to job. I'm like, well, because he came to us from another ortho job. And he told me, I don't know why it didn't work out. And he did get let go. It was like a circumstantial thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did. We let him go.
Yeah.
And I said to them, I was like, you know what? I never do this, but this guy is not an ortho guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. Yes, man. You can count on him, but he's not in the right field.
Yeah.
And the other PA was like, I really appreciate that.
Gosh,
I was
but
like,
who needs to tell him that? So,
who is to tell him that? Like, not my job to tell him that. But
do you just like subtly email him job postings for internal medicine positions? Hey, saw this and thought of you.
But I will tell you what, I had a PA that worked here also that was not really happy with the physician that she was paired up with. It was kind of a circumstantial thing. On paper, she was great. She had 10 years experience, was going to take this new surgeon and build his practice up, and they just didn't get along.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. I know she saw it.
Yeah.
And I pulled her aside and I was like, listen, I have this job opportunity for you in spine. And she came from neuro, right?
Okay. Yeah.
In spine. This physician's asking about you. They want to meet you.
Yeah.
I will clean up all the ties here. Just do yourself a favor and just seek another relationship that might be more fulfilling. And she was like, no, I'm just going to see this out. And short story short, we let her go. Like it just didn't fit, you know? And guess where she works now? In neuro and like pain management. So I don't know. It's one of those things. So how do you know? Hannah and I are going to tell you today.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you know? So for that kind of covers, the wrong. Yes. When it can go wrong.
Yeah.
So what are the ways that, like, what things predict, do you think, what your personality, or what things predict what your specialty would be?
I think it's a lot of personality. It's a lot of how you communicate. It's a lot of what type of chaos that you thrive in. And if you don't know that about yourself, you're going to get stuck in the wrong specialty. Yeah. And it sucks because like, I wanted to go into neuro. Like I love everything about neuro and the brain and interactions with various medications and whatever. I could teach a class on that. But I remember, it wouldn't be a good class, but, but I remember in PA school, I was like, this is my path. I'm going to go into neuro, if not like psychiatry. Like I'm totally going to do this. And then I interviewed post undergrad, not for PA school, where I was like, I'm going to get my PhD in neurology. I went on 2 interviews and talked to current students, and they told me, the lab, and they're like, listen, you need to you need to be the type of person that can't wait to see what your rats are doing in the morning. You want to look at those lab values. And I was like, oh my God, like somebody kill me, get me out of here. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But like, what do I do now? I can't wait to look, like if I know someone's getting an MRI, I can't wait to see what it looks like the next day. Like that,
Oh, I know. Like I stay up all night sometimes. I'm like, has the report come back? Because I want to see if the radiologist matches what I read.
Yes, when images come back. And
I want to look at those first on my own, and then I want to see if it.
I had one of those that I saw a patient, and then someone else saw the patient, and someone else got the MRI arthrogram, and I was like, "There's going to be nothing wrong," and there wasn't, and I was like, that's what I like. Can't sleep about. But anyway, I think you got to know the stuff about yourself. So this hopefully one day will make its way into the AAPA monthly magazine.
Yeah.
As far as what specialty should you be?
Yeah.
And we're going to trademark it, joint effort PA's quiz.
So. Your 17 magazine.
Yes. Yeah. Like I got my, what is my color wheel? You ever take those quizzes? Or like, what is
like your color palette?
My color palette. Yeah. This is kind of the same thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Perfect. Okay.
So we're going to clump these together. So this first one is your natural operating system. These are questions that you will answer based on how you function.
Okay. So we'll give you the question and all the answers, and then we'll answer it ourselves, I suppose. Okay. So round 1, question 1, your clinic is 45 minutes behind what starts happening to you internally. A, unacceptable. Try to start figuring out where the bottleneck is. B, fine, we'll get through it eventually. C, I'm stressed, but I'm going to make sure every patient still feels heard, give them time, and I'll just be behind and internally stressed. D, secretly, I kind of like the adrenaline. and E, I begin questioning every decision that led me to healthcare. So, yeah.
Hannah, how would you answer that?
So
I know exactly how you're going to answer this.
Really? Are you sure? I mean, I feel like D.
Okay.
But I mean, there are subsets of the other answers. I'm going to go with D because, like, I don't know if this is just me being I'm the martyr or whatever, but like I like the adrenaline and Okay. But I don't like that patients are waiting for 45 minutes because now I'm going to get 2-star reviews. Yeah. So I need to find out how to fix it.
Okay, this is how I thought you were going to answer it because this is how I'm going to answer it. First, I'm going to say A.
Yeah.
Then I go immediately to B. Then I go to C. Then I go to D, and then it's E. Like, so I go through all of those.
You can't even pick one.
No, I cannot pick one because immediate, like, gun to my head, A. Yeah. Unacceptable. I need someone to figure out where the issue is.
Well, that's how I verbalize it.
We'll throw every patient back, steal everybody's rooms, and then I'm like, guys, also collectively, guys, it's fine. We're going to be fine. And then in my head, I'm like, let's fucking knock this out.
Yeah, like,
this is awesome.
Do it.
And then I'm like, why am I sweating? And then I'm like, what
was that all for?
Yeah, what was that all for? No, but it's funny because in certain specialties, and again, this is a little teaser for where this all ends up. In certain specialties, if it's unacceptable and you go immediately to like, I need to correct this problem versus like, hey, it's cool, patients will understand. Like that doesn't flow in certain specialties. It's certain specialties where there's built-in time for each patient can talk to you about 26 things. Then take your time, man. Take your time. You probably have a buffer built in your schedule somewhere.
I'm going to run through these like quicker by just asking the questions. And I think what we should do is post them on the gram.
Perfect.
And then people can take their quiz and we'll, at the end of the week, put the results.
But I will tell you that first question, that I use as an interview question.
Yeah,
I do. It's a slightly different, but
do
I want to see
how people, A, B, C, D, and E options?
I do. I want to see how people will answer it. And I will say, I guess this is more for the chaos one, but you have 3 patients checking in, the phone rings, you're in the middle of a splint, 2 people are standing at the door asking how much longer it's going to take. Like, how do you deal with that and in what order?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Anyway,
give me my pen and paper.
Question 2.
Question 2. How do you feel about making a decision with incomplete information?
Give me what you have and I'll just figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will quickly research if I need to know, right? Mm-hmm. Like if I don't know beyond what I feel comfortable with, I will look stuff up real quick. I will discuss it afterwards.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like in real time. Because if you stop and you're paralyzed by having to discuss everything, that does not work in certain specialties with certain volume.
Yeah. I mean, I will make the call that I can at the time. So I guess be comfortable as long as I can change my course later. I'm just honest. I'm like, hey, I'm working with what I have. But if there's more that comes to me, then great. I'm going to change it.
You're an A and a B. See, that's what I struggled with the first one.
Yeah. A and B.
Okay. So anyway, decisiveness versus recklessness. So that's what you guys need to think about for question 2.
Okay. Question 3. Someone interrupts you. Maybe not the same person. You're interrupted 6 times while writing a note. How does that make you feel?
B, annoyed but manageable.
Yeah. Mine is E. I'm documenting on the wrong patient now.
Okay. Or alternatives include, I need everyone to stop talking to me immediately. I can handle it, but eventually I'll miss something. That's super chill. That's chill guy.
Yeah.
Or no problem. What are we talking about? Unfazed.
Yeah.
The answer to this question may separate emergency med, urgent care specialties from those requiring prolonged concentration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't, my attention span isn't good enough for that. So, okay. Number 4. I like this one. Yeah. Your supervising physician says, do whatever you think, or I will say in direct quotes, because I get this at least 7 times a week, do whatever you want.
There's such a subtle difference. I want to do a whole podcast on that statement.
On the statement, do whatever you want. I think we should unpack that because
oh my God.
For multiple reasons, but
yeah.
Do you get that too? Is that just me?
I get I'll say, hey, what do you want to do? And I'll get just figure it out and tell me what you decided.
Yeah. I mean, the do whatever you want is akin to that.
There's like a snarky undertone there. Or did I just hear it that way?
I don't know. Maybe there is.
Yeah.
Maybe there is. The golden retriever is still wagging its tail. Like, okay.
But it said, like, I heard when you said that, like, do whatever you want. Like, you're not going to listen to me anyway. Like, I heard that.
No, the do whatever you want also comes with like the caveat that do whatever you want, however, do what I want.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's a passive aggressive. Do whatever you want.
I don't know. It's not passive aggressive. It's more like, I think the intent is there. Do whatever you want to give me the control, but like it's so hard to relinquish that. Ultimately,
God, it's so layered.
There's a lot to unpack there. That's why it needs its whole episode. All right. So my emotion with that, do whatever you think. Mine's not on here, and my emotion is apathy or melancholy, because it's just so
indifference.
Indifference, because it's just a run of the mill, like I'm used to it.
This is important because it defines how much autonomy you actually want. And again, I've had people in interview that say the words like, oh, I want to, I love the independence. And then when it comes down to it, they cannot make a decision.
No, they want somebody telling them what to do. They want someone to
tell them what to do. They want to carry it out.
Yeah.
I like the freedom of it. Yeah. I feel like that is, I'm like 98% freedom and 2%. Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I love the freedom until the consequences of my freedom come into play. And like the moment before I start to question it, we've talked about this, like you plan this whole surgery based on your exam and your interpretation of things. And then you get to the morning of and you're like, what if the biceps is not actually torn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, did I read the right MRI? Like, did I look at the right thing? I have so much imposter syndrome with that. It's insane. Like the other day I went back and I swear this like fracture that we did, that was all 3 of them. I must have looked like 20 times at the x-rays. Like, is it both of them? Like things that keep me up in the middle. I knew it was. And I would pull it up at like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh yeah. Let's see what is it. Okay. Cool.
Oh my God.
I know. That's a problem. So yeah, I want the autonomy.
Thanks for tuning in to Joint Effort PAs. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow PA or med-minded friend. You can also follow us on Instagram at Joint Effort PAs for updates and extra content. See you next time.